Going good. Can't complain. Nice start to the week. And the Eagles, I don't know. See what happens when you don't try to actually, you play to win the game. You don't play to kick a field goal at the end to go up 6, and then pray that your defense stops. Your defense hasn't stopped nothing all night long. So I don't know. The Eagles looked awful in the red zone. Ooh, is what I say for last night. Awful in the red zone. You got to punch those in for touchdowns if you want to get wins. They let the Falcons hang around, and guess what? It burned them. Good on you. The under was a cakewalk in that one, but definitely some good gems today to continue the nice 5-2 day. I'm excited. Let's get to it. W played some good ones tonight. Some good matchups. Definitely be tuning into there. Big playoff matchups there.
Yep, big matchups with the playoff applications. Jorge, what's going on?
Nothing, man. Just The red zones are going to come. That's a new offense. That usually happens when you have a new offensive coordinator that comes in, especially in the short field. If you don't know, if everyone doesn't know exactly where they're supposed to be, they're going to have some hiccups. And remember, guys, I said that I'm very against this preseason. First week they go under because that's the first time they actually really play together for a whole game. Then as we saw the overs start picking up, and so I think the offensive teams, like I said, by week 4, well, I'll see who's really got an offensive team and doesn't. But Atlanta got a great defense, and they got the best quarterback, really, that they could have picked up. Right, a guy who's going to come down and beat you. I mean, don't let your team hang around with Kirk Cousins. I mean, he's a comeback kid. That's the scenario for him to come in and play that, and so that rolled out. But I did get a late night steam out on the total. Had the over in the Angels. I think that went over by the 5th inning, so that was an easy one to jump on. And Major League. Too bad football doesn't start a little bit sooner because the lines sure do seem to get a little bit softer on MLB as soon as football starts.
Yeah, I know that's right. It does. Yeah, all attention on football and all those contests, and it does that. No doubt about that. All right, we got 15-game card here from Major League Baseball, so let's get right to the picks, guys. Interesting interleague action here. We begin here with Giants, Orioles, Dodgers, Marlins, Twins, Guardians here in this slot. We'll start here with Rod.
Yeah, look at this one in the slot. Taking on the Giants, taking on Baltimore. I think we got a pitcher's duel early in that one. Snell, we know what Snell's been doing. Pitching lights out, 5-0, sub-3 ERA over his last 5 starts. Albert Suarez pitching pretty well himself, 4-1 with just a slightly over 3 ERA over his last 5. So definitely pitcher's duel early in that one. Reason why it's a 7.5. Those offenses aren't crushing the ball so much. The Orioles struggle against left-handed pitching, hitting sub 200. It was about 186, I believe, over the last 10, or the last 10 versus left-handed pitching. So give me the under 7.5 in that one. Giants, Orioles, and then you look the Braves taking on the Reds, and the Reds have been winning some games, but coming against these Braves, this is the games that these Braves must win. Holmes got on the mound for Atlanta in this one. And we know what that means. He's going to go. They hope they can get 1 inning out of him, maybe 2 innings at best. As this is a bullpen game, and Braves bullpen has been absolutely lights out. Reds offense has been hot and getting wins, but at this coin flip price, I see why the Braves are favorite. Give me the Braves in that one over the Reds. 2 I like there.
Yeah, 2 there from Ron. We go on to Jorge. Actually, it should be here. I should correct this here. Giants, Orioles, Braves, Reds, and Dodgers, Marlins. Go over to Jorge.
All right. You're definitely not going to repeat too much of what was Rod had to say there about San Francisco and Baltimore. Definitely a pitcher's duel. I'm a little shocked that there's some 8 numbers out there on the total, but the offense is not. I mean, the Baltimore's offense has been horrible. 2.4 runs, 1.94 ERA over the last 7 games, 1-6 to the under. Pitching's been kind of carrying them, but it hasn't been carrying them because they've struggled. If they don't bounce out of it, they might miss the playoffs. I mean, that's how bad that's gotten. So, in the Giants, I mean, they haven't scored any runs, guys. I mean, they were shut out 3 games in a row. I can't even remember the last time I saw that. And before that, they scored 13 runs. So if you take away that big outburst, they've scored 4 runs in 3 games. There's going to be some wind blowing in across the home plate, almost about 10 miles an hour, a little bit plus. So that's definitely a situation that's better for the pitchers. What can you say about the Marlins, except that they stink, right? Dodgers coming in. A big win over the Braves. So I don't know if the Dodgers are going to be fun to watch or not. Let me see. Well, I lost the game I was on. I was trying to get to the Dodger game. Hold on one second, guys.
Bobby's on the mound.
Who's on
Bobby
the mound?
O'Miller.
Bobby Miller.
Bobby O'Miller. I'm going to call him Bobby O'Miller. Bobby
Bobby
Miller. O'Miller for over. Oh, Bobby O'Miller.
O'Miller, yeah.
I wonder what the story is with him. ERA 81.7 on the season. And McCoffin, I mean, he's not much better either. And total on this one, they have this 9.5. Can the Dodgers beat him up? Probably. Dodgers, I said as soon as they got this lineup going, it looks like they were going to start scoring some runs. But the Dodgers are a decent team as far as speed goes on the turf. They're averaging 6.8 runs per game and batting .306 on the season. They've only played 10 games there. So you know what? I'll take a slight lean to the over in this one.
All right, they'll give you the games I'm looking at here. And this one's all with you guys, and then I'm with the under here with the Giants and the Orioles. Pretty much what you guys mentioned there. Snell's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 11 of 12, and Suarez allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 6 of 7 starts. So there with 2 gold offenses. Look at that one here going under. Braves and Reds. I'll look at Atlanta. I know it's a tough travel spot here for the Braves, but Braves are in a must-win situation. When you look here at Cincinnati, when they're at this coin flip price at home, just 16-25, losing 10.5 units, and their bullpen over their past 10, ERA over 5. We'll look at Atlanta in that spot. And I call him O'Miller because they go over with O'Miller is just he's doing poorly. Let's just say that. And if it wasn't for the Dodgers' issues in the mound, he wouldn't even be on the roster, to be honest with the way he's pitched. It's embarrassing. Over past 6 starts, ERA near 10, whip of 1.76. McConn, past 3 appearances, allowed 10 runs in 13 2/3 innings. This has overwritten over it. LA, past 10, hitting the ball. And when they face these NL teams with bad pitching stats, they give up an average over 4.5 runs. They give up an average of over 4.5 runs a game. They've gone over. They're 16-9 to the over. And look at the over trend for the Marlins at home. My God, 51-18. My goodness. I mean, it's just over for me in that one. So those are the 3 that I like in that slot. Wow, them and the Arizona Diamondbacks got some crazy overs numbers here. All right, we'll continue here on the morning show as we get ready here for the next 3 from this baseball card. On Tuesday, we go. Wow, Guardians have had a big win yesterday. Guardians and Twins, Red Sox, Rays, Nationals, and Mets. We start with Rod.
Yeah, well, look at that. The Twins taking on the Guardians, and the Guardians pulled it out. Twins had the win. I thought Twins were going to get it. I turned back and looked and was like, whoa, Guardians got the win. Well, guess what? The Guardians continued their streak. They've won 11 straight as the favorite versus the Twins. And then the Twins, I don't know, they struggle against the winning teams. Look, they beat up on the bad teams, and they get whooped by the good teams. The Twins have lost their last 8 night games against the team that holds a winning record. 8 straight losses by the good teams are the Twins. So only one way to go back. I'll give you the Guardians. I think they take that momentum from the big comeback win and push it to another win and beat up on the Twins. The Twins there's a team that's fallen off the map too. They were looking real good, and they had a good lead in the Central, and looked like they were going to overtake the Guardians. Guardians were like, not so fast, and then the Twins just nosedive. Ooh, awful. There, give me the Guardians. The other one in this time spot, you said Boston and the Rays. Yeah, you look at this one here, and I went back and forth a couple ways on this one. You look at Boston and Pivetta, and Pivetta hasn't pitched so bad. I wanted to just fade Pivetta, but you look what Pavetta's been doing. So he's a 2 ERA. The problem is that Boston doesn't give him enough run support most of the time. You look his last time out, they did give him a couple of run support the last couple times out. Against Baltimore, they got the win 5-3. He got a no decision. They got the win 3-1. He only gave a 1 run. They got a no decision. So that part was the part that scared me. And the Rays at home here, Baz on the mound, he's been up and down at times. He's looked solid, but he's had a couple of rough outings where he given up 3 or 4, and the Rays just aren't scoring enough runs. So with that being said, I like the under there, under 7.5. It's sitting at 7.5 for a reason. So Take the under there. I leaned to the Rays just because they're at home there and Boston sometimes struggles, but side tough. Give me the under in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, 2 in that spot from Rod. We move over to Jorge.
I'll stay on that Tampa Boston game, and I'll take Bob's first 5 innings. He's actually pitched extremely well over his last 5 games. I think 3 of them quality starts, twice pitched 7 innings. And in Boston, they're kind of like just starting to peter out there. You know, both these teams are probably not going to make the playoffs. They had shots coming in about 2 weeks ago, but neither of them are playing that well. Definitely would lead to the under in that one. In Minnesota, kind of falling off. Man, they've tanked horribly. They're not playing well at all. Matthews is up with an ERA of 7.71. In Cleveland here, just a minus $1.20 with a pitcher with that bad of an ERA. I don't know. That just seems kind of a little bit off to me. Not only play the Cleveland on the regular, just regular odds, but also play them on the run line on that one. And we're on the Washington and the Mets.
Yes, we are.
All right, the Mets. Troubles here without Lindor in the lineup, and he's pitched almost all year long. They didn't seem to have many runs scored. Again, they're playing great baseball, though. You can't take that away from them. Over at least 4-3 over the last 7 games. Washington's really struggled. The under's going over 1-5. I don't see the Mets offense having enough spark. They barely had enough spark as it was. Slightly into the under there with the Mets.
All right, I'll tell you what I think about these games. I'm in there with the Guardians. I know Matthews had some issues as well, but Zevy Matthews, big issues, but Gavin Williams too. But I think it really comes down to the performance of the bullpen. This Guardians bullpen has just been strong here. If you look over their past 10 ERA, 1.51. The Twins over 5. Guardians, they've won now 9 of 11 against Minnesota. Minnesota against, again, this is a team we've been talking about that is beating up bad teams. When you see Minnesota on the road against winning teams, just 7-21. That's losing 14 units. And Cleveland at home, 33-11 at home, plus 19 units there. I'll look here at the Guardians in that spot. Reds and the well, we already covered it. So we're going to Rays, and we're going to the Rays game here. Rays and Red Sox. Yeah, I'm going to look at the Red Sox here. Pavetta's actually done a decent job over his past 3 starts. So is Baz. But really coming down to it's the fact that the Rays bats have just been really quieted here of late. And you look at Pavetta against losing teams, he's been effective, 6-1 on the road, against losing teams on the road. I'll look at Boston in this spot. Nats and Mets in this spot. I'm looking over the total in this one. Looks like a pretty low total for these 2 teams. I know they played to a low scoring game, but this one I'm going to be looking at the over. When you look at the Mets against these bad teams that get outscored by a run or greater, they're 9-6 to the over. So I'll look over in that one here with Mitchell Parker and McGill going head to head in that matchup, both with ERAs around over 4 for the season. All right, let's continue here on the morning show. We're with you here every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. Hey, before we continue, let's get a quick promo from the guys. Rob, what do you got for sale over at Tony's Fix? We see a top of leaderboard yesterday with a big day.
Yeah, big day. Looking to continue it right here into Tackle the Books Tuesday. I got a nice 5-pack that includes 3 WNBA, 2 MLB. You can get that WNBA triple by itself as well, or you can get my 10-star play of the day. We're on a nice 45-34 run, 45-34 run on it. So definitely scoop up that 10-star play of the day. It's been money. The best way to go is to grab something long-term. That way you're on one of those long-term passes and you don't miss out on any late steam plays if they present themselves. They've been pretty good over the last few days. So definitely jump aboard something long-term. Best way to go. Use Tony T at checkout. Save 15% off all your purchases over there at Tony T's Picks.
Right on board with Rod. All right, what do you got for sale today at Tony's Picks?
I got a Vegas Wise sharp play going early on another total. Definitely looking at the rest of the card, see some line moves. I think there's pretty good totals all over the card, so I might have a 3-pack of totals coming, and I'm waiting for the rest of the NCAA games to come up to put some early line opinions. If they don't come out on the line for plays, I'm going to put together a video with some early line selections for NCAA.
There you go. And I've got a best bet on the board right now for Major League Baseball. Also a 3-pack up there, so get on board with me. Long-term pass. Good time to get that 7-day pass from one of us, or all 3 of us here, because, again, a lot of sports coverage here. MLB, college football, NFL, the W, instead of paying per pick. Just get the long-term pass, saves you a lot more money. And of course, remember the promo code Tony T at checkout will save you that 15% off. And for those long-term subscribers, we allow our cappers to post picks in late between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. If you're subscribed to a long-term pass, the late steam is emailed to you. All right, let's continue here on the morning show. Next games here. We got Phillies, Brewers, Tigers, Royals, Athletics, Cubs. We start with Rod.
Yeah, we're going to look at this. The Royals taking on the Tigers here. And there's a team that's just been motoring right along. This Tigers team's put themselves in a nice spot to maybe make the postseason now. Who would have thunk it the way they were playing? But Kansas City's taking a nosedive. And Casey Mize getting the start here for the Tigers in this one. And you look what Casey Mize has been doing. Well, he's winning 3 of his last 4 starts. He's got no decisions. He's given up a few runs, but the Tigers have definitely scored enough runs when he's been playing. 7 runs, 5 runs, 4 runs, 7 runs. Definitely the Tigers' bats have heated up. I got to go with the Tigers in that one. I know Cole Ragans has pitched well against the Tigers this year. The Royals have got 2 wins in his 2 starts against Detroit this season, but make it to beat a team 3 straight, tough. I like the Tigers and Mize to get the job done. Tigers have won their last 6 road games against the AL Central as well. So like the Tigers in that spot. And the other one in the spot, look at the Phillies and the Brewers. Look at the Brewers. I can't believe they got that. I was on the Phillies yesterday. That was one of my 2 losses yesterday. I figured the Phillies would take advantage of the Brewers after that Arizona series, but no luck there. Milwaukee just keeps continuing to roll. I'm not a Zach Wheeler fan. I know he's pitched well. You got to give it to him there. Definitely. He hasn't given up more than 2 runs in his last 8 starts, and the team has got 5 wins in his last 6 starts. So definitely Wheeler's been dealing. And on the other side of the bump, Frankie Montas for the Brewers on the bump. And Brewers are a dog again. Brewers are a dog have been money all season long. Montas, he's been rolling right along. 5, 6, 7 wins in his last 9. Give me the dog and the Brewers in that one. Got to go with the plus money. I figured the Phillies had a shot in that first one, but I think the Brewers are just too hot. And going to get another one here. Give me the Brew Crew on over the Phillies.
There you go. We'll move on over to Jorge.
I'll stay on that game. I'll go over the total of that. The Brewers, not only are they scoring a lot of runs over their last 7 games, 5.9, but they're also giving up a lot of runs. Their pitching's kind of regressed a little bit, 5.3 runs over those last 7 games. In fact, the Philly didn't play well yesterday. I expect them to bounce back here and get some run. Wheeler, yeah, I mean, he's been pitching well. Milwaukee's been hot, though. I mean, that's a pretty good number there on the bat. Even if he goes 5-6 innings, obviously they still have the other second half of the game. So I expect that to go over the 7.5 runs. It's another game we have in this area. Detroit, man, look, since August 10th, the only thing to talk about is that Detroit's been the best team in baseball, period. Yeah. Pitching's been, on point, and with the Twins caving, they just lost their entire season. No one has benefited more from their tanking than the Detroit Tigers. And they're in position to make the playoffs, man. I mean, if we have to put up I think today who's going to get that last spot, and maybe even better, I put it on the Tigers to take the Tigers plus money there.
Tigers plus money here with Jorge. I'll tell you what, I think I got 2 of them in this time slot. I'm going to go under with Philadelphia and Milwaukee. Both bullpens in great form right now. Montez over his past 4 starts, not giving up base runners, just a whip of 1.08. And of course, Wheeler's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 8 straight starts. So look under in that one. Athletics and Cubs is going to come in with Oakland in this spot. Looking at Oakland here in their past 30 road games, 17 and 14, returning about 10 units. So they've been profitable on the road of late. Mitch Spence on the mound. He's allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 8 of his past 10 starts. And Wicks has been hit around in his past 2 starts. Look at the past 2 starts, 10 earned runs, 4 homers, 8 walks, and just 8 innings. So we'll look here at Oakland. We're at that plus price. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show, live with you every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Now let's get to the next set of games here. All right, we'll start here with Pirates, Cardinals, Blue Jays, Rangers, D-backs, and Rockies. We start with Rod.
There you go. Look at this Pirates taking on the Cardinals here, and our buddy Lance Lynn's on the mound. Yesterday it was Skeen's day, and Skeen's pitched well, but look, he didn't get the win again. It's just you look. It started off. He's been lights out. What 10-2 to start the year was Skeens in that one, and now the team's 7-7 in his last 14. So definitely Skeens' day has not been paying off like it was in the start of the year, and the Pirates definitely not playing like they have at the start of the year either. We look at Lance Lane getting the start of this one, and he looked real good in his last start, and against the Reds, looked real good in that one. I'm going to go right back to him here. He went 5 innings in that one, 90 pitches, only gave up 5 hits, and looked real good. So give me the Cardinals. They're just looking like they're playing the better ball right now, and the Pirates just looking like they can't hit a beach ball. So I think Lynn looks like the ace that he used to be, the throwback day, and I think he looks good here in this one. Give me the Cardinals to get the win there. And Oakland and the Cubs. Ooh, I like the over there. We seen a bunch of runs yesterday. I think that continues here again, even if it is from the Cubs. I think the Cubs give up a sum with Wicks on the mound. But Spencer on the mound, he has pitched well for the A's, but they've definitely given up some runs. He's had some games where he's given up 4 runs, 5 runs. So I think he's good for a few. The Cubs' bats have been just too hot. So I like the over 8. 8 seems kind of a little light there. Should be 8.5, I think, 9. I think we easily get to 10. Oakland Cubs.
Yeah, from Rod. Now we move on over to Jorge.
I'll jump over to that Arizona-Colorado game, and this one's definitely has a win factor. Wind's blowing out over 12 miles an hour. Totals at 11.5. Most of the times you want to run for that, but you know what? There's a reason that total's up that high. Over the last 7 games, Arizona's averaging a whopping 13.4 runs. Their offense just been on fire, hitting 329, guys. I don't even know last time I saw baseball. That's like softball numbers. Hit 329 over seven games, and in Colorado, they're giving up 5.4 runs. They're at 9 runs, 0.4 over their last 7 games, and not that their bats are completely on fire. So, but you know what? Just because of Mother Nature and how well both of these teams are hitting, just to slightly into the over. I'd always try to jump on and want to take an under, but in that situation, but with some extra intangibles involved there, probably stay away from that. One thing I will do good is back down to the Pittsburgh and St. Louis game. Man, these offenses, they haven't been bad. They've been horrible. Conversely, from the last 2 teams, 2.9 runs over the last 7 games for Pittsburgh, St. Louis, 2.7. However, they've been pitching lights out, and Pirates have been decent at 3.9. So neither one of them, is barely at 7 runs. So it's like 6.8 for Pittsburgh, and then we have a really lowly 5.4 for St. Louis. That'll put me to the under. Leans, of course, in this game.
Yeah, from Jorge. Okay, I'll tell you what I think about these games. 2 of them I like at this time. So Blue Jays and Rangers. I'm going to take the plus price here with Toronto. I'm not going to be laying prices right now with Texas. They're a team that's pretty much downtrodden, pretty much out of the playoff picture. Bassett actually has been decent over his past 3 starts, ERA of just 2.50. Very high strikeouts over that three-game period. And you have all the ERA 4.5 over his past 7. But really, it's the Texas bullpen that's been pretty bad over their past 10, ERA of 5.5. And they're just hitting 197 over their past 7 games. Toronto against these teams that struggle offensively, 12-8 on the road, facing teams that average 4.4 runs per game or fewer. So I'll look at Toronto at that plus price here. D-backs and Rockies. I'm going to look at Colorado at the plus price. Jordan Montgomery's been really not on his game this year. ERA 6 overall. That's a season total here. But over his past 4 starts, ERA of 4.85. Feltner is allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 4 of 5. We know Arizona's hitting like crazy. But when you look at the team record behind Faulkner at home as a dog of plus 125 or greater, 4-2, a plus 4 unit return. They got it done yesterday. The stats were heavily skewed against Rockies, but we know what happens. Colorado, crazy things happen in Colorado, right? Cool. That's really what happens, man. When you see that big plus price, you just got to take the plus there. I'll take the plus there with the Rockies. All right, I know it doesn't make sense on paper, but when you get into the altitude, things change. I've only really seen one pitcher do well there. I think it was Maddox.
When it's dry out there and the wind's blowing out, dude, it just goes. It's like hitting a golf ball instead of a baseball.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It is crazy. All right, let's continue on here on the morning show. Let's close out baseball here with White Sox Angels. we got a 1-800 game there with the White Sox, Angels, Yankees, Mariners, Astros, and Padres. I watched that last night. That felt like a playoff game. We started with Rod.
Yeah, and look at that White Sox Angels game, and don't look now. The White Sox are playing pretty good. Winners of 3 straight baseball games. When you look at it, playing pretty good, playing the best of the season we've seen for the White Sox so far, but not so fast. Martin on the mound. Ooh, they haven't won his last any one of his last 10 starts. So anytime he's come in to start a game, the White Sox haven't got a win. They've lost 6-4, 3-1, 5-3, 6-3, 4-1, 10-2, 3-2, 10-2. Ooh. That's not been good for the White Sox when we see Davis Martin on the mound. So he's only going to go a few innings. He's a reliever, so they expect 3-4 innings out of him, and then you throw it to the bullpen. But on the other side, you got the Angels and Griffin Canning on the mound, and he hasn't been good. He had a little stretch there where he looked real good, and now it's falling off again. He's got a over 6 ERA over his last 3 starts. He's been getting roughed up. So for me in that one, that is, as Tony says, it is the DGen bet of the day. But for me, I'm going to take the over in the first 5. If you can find it at 4, scoop it up, and even at 4.5, I think we get 5 runs. I think Martin can give up a few. And the way Canada's been giving up the runs, I think he can give up some as well. The White Sox scored 3 in the top of the first yesterday. So I think we got some runs early again, like we did yesterday in that one. And then taking a look. We're going to go right back to Houston taking on the Padres. It's almost like a playoff series we got going there in that interleague matchup. Hunter Brown on the mound for the Astros, and he's been pitching well. Except his last start, he got a little bit roughed up, so he'd be looking for a bounce back there. Is Brown, and you look for the Padres. Michael King's getting the start on the mound for the Padres, and at home this season. He's actually pitched better on the road than what he has at home this season. 4-5 at a home with a 3.39 ERA. In night games, lights out, 8-3, 2.55 ERA for King. So pitchers duel in that one. I like the under with a lean to the Padres to get another win over the Astros. As Brown's looking like he's getting to that pitch point where he's pitched a lot of pitches this season. And as we've seen in his last outing, against Oakland, he got 9 hits, got rocked for 5 earned runs, and gave up a home run in that one as well. Lean to the Padres to get another win, but I like the under there. Pitchers do it.
Yeah, from Ron, move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, San Diego Padres are definitely into playoff form already. That is a good matchup there, but man, over the last 7 games, 5-2, 5 earned runs, 283 batting average, 283. But only giving up 2.7 and 190 batting average. So that's a team that's clicking both, physically, mentally on both sides of the ball. Houston comes in still sputtering around 4.3. They do have the roster to be able to compete, but a little lean on the Padres there. But just when you think Seattle's going to go away, or Oakland beats them a time or two, you think, all right, now they're taking for their season. Not the case. As I mentioned before, Edgar Martinez is their new batting coach. They're 5-2 over their last 7 games. Over under 5 out of those 7 games have gone over or pushed. They're scoring 5.6 runs a game, guys. Batting 288, pitching solid as they have all year, just 3.7 runs. Yankees come in struggling offensively. I'm going to go with Seattle here at home, pretty much about even money with Wu on the mound, who hasn't been too bad.
All right, I'll tell you what I think about this game. Woo! That's right. All right. I'm going to look here at I'm going to take the plus here with the White Sox. I don't think I've said this all season, but it's funny when you look at the White Sox numbers, man. Their stats are trash. There's only one positive stat, and and it's 5-4 as a road dog of even money to plus 150. How can that be? Because they're always a plus $2 dog. So whenever you get them at even money to plus 150, they're 5-4 returning over 2 units. The Angels, when they face bad teams at home, 4-12, losing 9 plus 9.5 units. Just can't back Angels there. Look at the White Sox in that spot. Seattle, with you there with Seattle. Interesting with Wu at home. Team marked behind Wu at home, 8-0. So Wu has been sharp at home, and of course, Jorge with that great stat there with the the information there with Edgar Martinez. That was gold here, man. We've been seeing the Mariners just put up some runs. How they're doing it? What's the coaching? We'll find out. We'll see how that rolls. But he's doing a great job there. And we'll look here at the Padres. I'll look at the Padres here in this spot here. The Astros, when they face these good offensive teams that outscore opponents by half run or greater, they're just 6-16 on the road, losing about over 10.5 units. So look at the Padres in that one. All right, let's continue here with the morning show. We got you through this MLB card, so we're going to turn our attentions over to the WNBA. Jorge, are you going to sit around for WNBA?
No, I'm going to bounce out here, guys.
All right, so let us know what you got for sale.
I got that best bet going so far. I'm going to be looking for I'll have at least one college playoff today. We have a couple lines there that are up on there. I know the rest of the feed will be coming in here soon. So as soon as we get some more games in there, there'll be a 3-pack of early line moves, but and some late steam, of course. So we definitely have our best bet on a total going right now. There'll be a college play and some late steam later on.
There you go, guys. Get on board with Jorge. It's also over at Tony's. We see on top of the leaderboards. Great college football year as well. And get on board with Jorge with the long-term pass. All right, Jorge, have a great day. We'll catch up with you again.
Take it easy.
Tomorrow.
Good luck. Have a good one, Jorge.
All right, as we turn our attention down to the W, we got 5 games. You can also check out for more in-depth coverage of these games. Go to Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Rod's got a video on all these games. So let's get on board here. Rod, we've got the W5 game card featuring Lynx Sun, Liberty Mystics, Sky Dream, Aces Storm, and Mercury, and those Sparks.
Yeah, definitely some good matchups here in this one. Let's go to a bigger game here. I'm going to look at this the Vegas Aces taking on the Seattle Storm. And this one is basically the battle for 4th place. Seattle can actually, as bad as they've been playing over this last stretch, they've struggled and not looked good. They can actually come into Vegas here, and if they get themselves a win like they opened the season with, where they upset the Aces on their home court, 78-65 in that first game of the year, they'll sneak into 4th place and most likely take that home court advantage versus the Aces, because these two teams are going to face again 4 versus 5. But the Storm have that chance to win that home court advantage. Going against the Aces, though, you look at this Aces team. Man, they poured it on. 7-0-1 ATS their last 8 games. They are rounding into championship form and going, hey, we are still the champs, and you still have to knock us off. And going into Vegas, and the way the Storm have been playing, 1-10 ATS following a straight-up win. This line opened at 5. It's up to 7. Last time these two teams met in Vegas, Aces got the win. Aces just playing the superior basketball right now. I can't trust Seattle in that offense. I know their offense was good, but in their current form, can't do it. I'd like to see the Storm get up and battle, but I just don't see them getting battle tested here. Vegas has just been too strong, too much. Give me Vegas. Lay the 7. I think they win by double digits in that one. Another one you look, it's coming down for the Mystics. Mystics are holding down that 8th playoff spot right now. But when you look at it, there's some better teams that are behind them in some better spots to get some wins, and that's including the Dreams. So going against the Liberty here, the Mystics haven't beat the Liberty in a long time. 5 games, 6 games, something like that. But the one thing they do is they do get the cover, and this is at 9.5 now. The Liberty 1-8 ATS their last 9 trips into Washington, so they've only covered once in their last 9 trips. And Washington is battling for their playoff lives. So give me the Mystics plus the points in that one. And I don't know if they can beat the Liberty. Liberty's trying to hold off the Lynx for first. They still need one more win. And the Lynx are hot on their heels trying to catch that first place. But I don't think so. Top spot, again, for the Lynx. You look, they're taking on. So in that one, you got to go with the Mystics plus the points. Sun taking on the Lynx. Big battle there. That's a battle for 2nd and 3rd spot in the rankings. Take the under. You got 2 defensive teams. These are the top 2 defensive teams in the WNBA. The Sun 6-0 to the under their last 6 off of 1 day's rest. The Lynx 5-1 to the under their last 6 off of 1 day's rest. This is going to definitely feel like a big old playoff game. Take the under. Lynx, Sun. And the rest of the action, go check out those videos. As Tony said, I got you covered in all of the games of the WNBA today.
5 videos up there, guys. In-depth cover, more in-depth coverage from Rod over at Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. One I'll look at the Sky plus the points. Dream just a 4-4 home team since coming off the break, averaging just 99 points per 100 possessions. All right, we got you through here. This WNBA card. Shout out there to Solo in the chat. Solo has a short video up there, so he'll be contributing as well to our YouTube channel. Hope we find some of you guys like Solo and Ron Hahn on the morning show. You guys are invited to join us. We're tossing out the invitations out there. And if it can just be a first segment too, like Jorge does, we can pop in, pop out when you can. We're very, we're cool with that. So join us if you guys want to here on the Tony Spicks Morning Show. To all the cappers that are on the show, I've got invitations to everybody. I've gotten some. I know we're going to get in October on Tuesday. I got confirmations from Doubles. Scott Schutte will be here on Tuesday. So, again, you can chime in for one couple of days a week. We appreciate that, guys, your contribution. Actually, great to see the contribution now at 26. A lot of the cappers now are contributing with a lot of videos on the channel now, guys. So you guys check us out here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and check it out. And we just finished WNBA. If you want to see a full baseball breakdown, we've already covered baseball. Just rewind the video back to the beginning, and we got baseball covered for you. All right, Rod, exciting time of the year here with MLB. The football in action, W winding down. What do you have going over at Tony's Picks?
And over at Tony's Picks, I've got it's Tuesday, so I got to tackle the book Tuesday 5-pack. That'll get you the WNBA plays and the MLB plays that I've got going. You can also just scoop those WNBA up as a triple pack, soap by itself, or I've got my 10-star play of the day by itself, $19 play. That thing's been like printing money, so definitely jump aboard over at Tony's Picks. Grab that 10-star play of the day. But even better yet, grab something long-term. You see what I've been doing over the last 24 hours, the last week, the last month. Ever since coming over from Tony's Picks, there's been nothing but crushing the books. So jump aboard something long-term. That way you don't miss out on any of those late steam plays that I throw in there in the MLB. So it's been money. You get some of that late info, and it's definitely been like printed money. So jump aboard something long-term. Take advantage. 240 capital promotional. Tony's been hot in the NFL, so don't sleep on Tony. Tony's been absolutely fire to kick off the NFL. So pair me and Tony up, 240 capital promotional, and let's put some money into your pocket.
That's right, guys. Don't forget the promo code Tony T at checkout. Save you that 50% off. I got a 3-pack up there as well as the best bet. So get on board with me as well at TonySpicks.com. Of course, long-term pass saves you money instead of paying per pick. Just get the long-term pass. All right, we'll continue on. Now it's time for our Parlay Peripheral segment. Rod, what do you got?
From here, we're going to go with that Dodgers game over the total. We're going to go to the White Sox and the Angels over the total. And we're going to take the Padres to beat the Astros again.
You go from Rod.
For you today. Love that.
I got 3-tier for you as well. I'm going to go here with the Rockies at the plus price. And I'll go with the Seattle and San Diego Padres here with my 3-team parlay. All right, we got you through our show, guys. Thanks for joining us. Shout out to guys in the chat. Solo, Ron Hahn in there as well with your contributions. Swish Hana and Johnny Walker. Appreciate all you guys' contributions. Reminder, guys, check out the channel when we're done. There's a lot of content up there. Rod was WNBA. I know, right? It does. A lot of shorts. Our man Brandon's recovered here from his. He's up there with some shorts. A lot of contributions here on our channel. Ron Crawford, you see him on weekends here on the live show. So, guys, check it out if you would. All right, that's going to do it for our morning show. Go ahead and wake up. Bye, guys. You guys make a great winning day, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.